Good Tuesday morning, everyone. It is time for Ask the Gap Chef, Monica Corrado. That would be me, Monica Corrado. Hello, hello. Ask the Gap Chef. I am a certified GAPS practitioner, a holistic nutritionist, and I am the Gap Chef. So welcome, everyone. I do this Facebook Live every Tuesday at this time. And I will teach for just a little bit, hopefully, giving you some good information, and then I will answer any questions that you may have. So, again, one more time with feeling, I am not a medical doctor, and I'm doing my best here to answer your questions that are that come from or that are part of the GAPS diet. So Dr. Natasha Campbell-McBride's work in both the Yellow Book, Gut and Psychology Syndrome, and the Blue Book, Gut and Physiology Syndrome. And of course, we also have Put Your Heart in Your Mouth for anyone who has any questions about heart disease and staying well and not contracting heart disease. And then, of course, there's Vegetarianism Explained. Please, everyone, get a copy of this and give it to your neighbor. Okay, so again, welcome. Hello, everyone. Welcome to everyone that's new. If you're new to the group or new to this Facebook Live, I welcome you. Please know that I do get on the page once a day, sometimes twice, if I can do it. Please tag me if you want me to see your post. That's just tag Monica Corrado, and I'll be able to answer your questions the best I can. So we have Mara here. Hello, Mara. Give my love to all of yours out there in good old DC Metro land. Hello, Leonie. Hello, Carol. Hello, Veronica. Hello, Annika. Good to have you. Hello, Vicky. Hello, everyone. Good to see you. Okay, so today, I thought it would be really a great idea to talk about what? How'd you like my donuts? Did anybody see my donuts post? I thought it was funny. We could talk about donuts if you want to. Anyway, now that I have your attention, let's talk about, yes, let's all crack up. Let's talk about vegetable medley. We are going to talk about vegetable medley. Someone's crying. I'm sorry about that. We're going to talk about vegetable medley. And vegetable medley is a lactoferment, as you all know. It is something that a lot of people forget about in the GAPS diet. It has a very special role, as far as I'm concerned, in the GAPS diet. And that is because while it is lacto-fermented vegetables, it is also made with kefir whey. K-E-F-I-R. Kefir whey. And it is the only ferment that Dr. Natasha has made with kefir whey in the Yellow Book. She talks more about using whey from either yogurt or kefir in the Blue Book. But the significance of vegetable medley is that it's two things. One, it's made with kefir whey, and that is the most significant thing. The second significant thing about vegetable medley is that it is a medley. It is a perpetual ferment, if you will. The way that Dr. Natasha has vegetable medley, the way she brings it forward, the way she writes about it in the Yellow Book, is that you make vegetable medley in a bowl with a plate that fits just inside the bowl so that all the vegetables are always under the water, under the brine. They're always submerged and they're always in the brine, right? So a bowl, vegetables, water, salt, kefir whey. All right, so this is, again, the most significant piece there is the kefir. So you cannot make vegetable medley, the official vegetable medley. That means the capital V, capital M vegetable medley in GAPS with yogurt whey or with whey from raw milk. It must be made with kefir whey. The reason for that is that kefir, as you know, is made from, and this is milk kefir, right? It's made from, it is fermented with, it is cultured by a symbiotic colony of bacteria and yeast. Yeast is the operative there. Okay, so kefir is milk or cream that is cultured by a symbiotic colony of bacteria and yeast. Mostly yeast, lots of yeast, and yeasts are the powerhouses. In any case, we'll talk about that more later. So the symbiotic colony of bacteria and yeast will pre-digest the lactose, will culture the milk or the cream, and then you will strain that to get kefir whey, W-H-E-Y. And that whey will be very different than whey that you get from yogurt. Why? Because yogurt is mostly bacteria, mostly lactic acid producing bacteria, a little bit of yeast. Kefir is mostly yeast, a little bit of bacteria, but the kefir whey is what makes vegetable medley so potent, so unique, so individual, and it gives it a very special role in the GAPS diet. So that's the first thing. Again, kefir whey is what makes it different, and it's a perpetual ferment. That's the other piece. It's done on your counter, and you're constantly putting in new vegetables and more water. New vegetables, more water. Eat some veggies, you put some veggies back. You drink some of the brine, you put some more water in to make more brine. So it's a very different ferment than anything else that you're making in the GAPS diet. And frankly, Dr. Natasha talks a lot about it in the Blue Book in terms of when you are sick. Well, starting in a different place. Vegetable medley juice or brine is used on no plant GAPS. It's also used on liquid GAPS, if you will, which is just wonderful. And I'm wondering if I can just pull one more thing for you here. Vegetable medley. No, I would have to look through all of this to find. I hope your book looks like this too, right? Lots of things. Where can I find it? I don't know. Anyway, vegetable medley. So I wanted to talk about vegetable medley. I think that a lot of people are not making vegetable medley. I don't know if it's because they don't know that it has a very wonderful specific role in GAPS. I don't know if they're not making kefir, so they don't have kefir whey. That may be more of the reason. Yeah, I really encourage you, all of you, to go ahead and make vegetable medley. And there are certain, you can use all types of vegetables in there. I know that Dr. Natasha has, she says broccoli and cauliflower and cabbage and beet and carrot. There may be other ones that you can add in there that you would love. I would love to hear about your, if you're making vegetable medley, people could give me thumbs up if you're using vegetable medley or not in the diet. And if you try vegetable medley for the first time, I got a thumbs up coming up there. Great. I got another one. Hooray, another one. Yay, all you wonderful vegetable medley people. In any case, I'd love to hear on the page if you start making vegetable medley and using it in the diet and how that goes. One last piece, folks. I'm just going to give you this. I know you know this already, but maybe some of our newbies don't. Kefir is far stronger than anything, any yogurt will be because of the yeast. Therefore, Vegetable medley will be far stronger when it's made with kefir whey. What does that mean to you? That means that you need to be mindful, or one suggests that you're mindful, as you are always, when you add in any new food to the diet, yeah? And you're mindful and you're watching for die-off. Yeah? That you really be mindful. As we always are, whenever we add anything new, certainly any new probiotic foods into our diet on the GAPS diet. Okay, so because it's made with kefir whey that's dripped from kefir, milk kefir, even kefir cream, although it would take a while to get enough whey out of there, right? Because it's made with kefir whey, it's going to be able to provoke a far stronger, shall we say, initiate a strong die-off reaction. We always start with the juice first, and then we go ahead and have some of the vegetables, depending on where you are. Of course, on intro, we always start with the juice first. Then we have the fermented vegetables in stage 3. Yeah, if you're on full GAPS, I would still suggest you start with the juice first till you get the juice, meaning the ferment juice or the brine from vegetable medley, and then go ahead and try some of the vegetables. Slow and steady. All right, so let's see. Who have I not said hello to yet? Hello, Faria. Hello, Joanna. Good to have you. Hello, Efren. Excellent. Hello, Efren. Hello, Derek. Hello, Muna. Hello. Yes, Vicky. Monica Wilson. Hello from Southern California. She just put the vegetable medley in the fridge. Okay, great. Fabulous. Annika says, what is dying with vegetable medley in the intestines? More bad yeast dying than bad bacteria. So again, let's call it pathogenic instead of bad. What is dying with die-off? You know, Annika, I don't actually know. All I know, I can't tell you for sure the bacteria are dying off or the bad yeasts are dying off, if you will, or the pathogenic yeast. That's just saying that when we enter any probiotic food into the diet that hasn't been there before, there will be die-off as the beneficial microbes come into balance and become more populate your gut with more beneficial microbes than with pathogenic microbes. So whether that is the yeast or the bacteria or some other microbe that isn't benefiting you, that's dying off, I couldn't say. Although we do know that kefir and the yeast in kefir go against or bring into balance candida yeast. So if you have someone that has a very strong candida going on, or candida, as other people say, candida albicans, etc., any yeast imbalance, if you are yeasty, if you have lots of fungus all over in between your toes and, right, jock itch and athlete's foot and vaginal yeast infections, and you have patches of yeast underneath your armpits and, right, in your elbow creases, behind your knees, that kefir is your, I will say weapon, tool, let's say tool, but it is the tool of choice, shall we say. So vegetable medley then could be in that, another tool, if you will, against anyone who has a very strong yeast imbalance. Yes, agreed, Annika, yes. So pathogenic yeast are dying because of the kefir whey. Yes, agreed. That is good. Okay. Vicky wants to know, what is recommended when fingernails have a deep ridge line right down the middle? That is a deficiency. I know that ridge lines are show that you are not absorbing your food, number one. Just ridge lines in your nails show a Yes, a challenge in absorbing your food. I'd have to look that up, Vicky, to find out what it is. And I would say that, I know me, the eternal optimist, I would say that all deficiencies are correctable, right? All deficiencies are correctable. Everything that's going wrong in the body, let's just say all diseases are deficiency diseases. The body's not getting what it needs. And so, in terms of nutrition, and so why is GAP so powerful? So many reasons. But one of them is that we heal and seal the gut with GAPs, right? We heal and seal the gut, and we bring the digestive powers back online, if you will. I haven't said it that way, but right? We do things to increase stomach acid. We bring in live enzymes, right? We increase stomach acid in GAPs. All your beautiful fermented foods have live enzymes in them. So we have live enzymes. We stoke the stomach acid. Right? And then we are nutrient dense. So GAPS is an incredible protocol, a nutritional protocol. It's an incredible protocol, and for all of these reasons, for healing and sealing, for getting the digestive system to work again, for bringing in enzymes and bringing in nutrient-dense foods, for stopping the flow of toxicity to the brain, all sorts of things. So do I think that it's a correctable deficiency? I think all things are correctable deficiencies, and I think that all disease begin with nutrient deficiencies, and we must, therefore, heal and seal the gut in order to, and get the digestive system working in order to absorb those nutrients. We need the body to be able to break down the nutrients, that's called digestion, and absorb the nutrients, right? So digestion and absorption. But we also need to make sure that the digestive system is working. That's what GAPS is about. That's my words. I'm sure you could find them in there somehow. Dr. Natasha, what are we doing? We're fixing the broken digestive system, and we're giving the building blocks to the body to repair and rebuild. Yes, and I like to talk about refilling the pantry, right? The pantry is empty of nutrients. The pantry's been empty of nutrients so long that you have deficiencies in the body, and the deficiencies are showing up. They're showing up in your skin. They're showing up in your nails, right? They're showing up in your teeth. Maybe your teeth are wobbly, right? That's a deficiency. They're showing up with bloody noses. They're showing up with spider webs on your legs. They're showing up with varicose veins. They're showing up with, all of these are deficiencies. And all of these deficiencies, yes, can be corrected. Okay, hope that was helpful, Vicky. I will make a note of line down the middle. I don't know about line down the middle. I've always just heard, I've always looked at ridges, but not line down the middle. So we'll have to figure that out. Okay, Monica says, hello from Southern California. Hello, Monica. So is your vegetable medley in a jar? Because if it's not in a jar, it could stay out on the counter forever. Vegetable medley. Hello, Roseanne. Hello, hello. All right, here is Veronica. Veronica says, here looks like a big one. Can you suggest some support to small intestine? Doesn't matter if I ate before or not. I am very, very tired every day between 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock. Oregon clock says it's small intestine. Yes. Okay, so let me just say that support for the small intestine. So healing and sealing, that's what we're doing, is we are healing and sealing the duodenum of the small intestine. So meat stock, meat stock, meat stock. Very tired, small intestine, small intestine. Trying to think of what else. Let me look more. Hold on, Veronica. Let's look at the rest. I have probably SIBO, but definitely fructose malabsorption. That is why I'm doing no plant gaps. Okay. Next to the diet, I am doing detox baths, liver support with castor oil and with CE. I don't know what CE is. Maybe you can put that in. Oil pulling, excellent. Some fermented juice, carrot juice with water. Good, 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 good. More support to the small intestine. I'm going to do something I haven't done yet, ever. I'm going to leave my seat and get a book. I want to show you something about small intestine. Hold on, everybody. Don't leave me. I'll be right back. I'll sing to you. La, 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 la. All right, hopefully. I'm back. I'm back. Yes, it's a curtain behind me. Okay. Oh, she cracked up. Good. Somebody cracked up. I love cracking up. Yes, I've never actually left my seat before in a Facebook Live, but I think it's important. I have a book on. So when I work with clients, good, people are cracking up. I was doing the Jeopardy theme, if anybody didn't notice. All right. Small intestine, small intestine, small intestine. I'm trying to keep you with me while by singing. Small intestine, la, 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 la. Okay, here I am. Oh, here. This is for you, Veronica. Ready? An affirmation for small intestine. I'm just going to give this to you. I'm working with some of my folks on my GAPS chat, which is every Thursday. We're looking at the cause behind the symptoms. And the cause behind the symptoms. I know I said that every disease in the body on the physical level has to do with a nutrient deficiency. However, every symptom has to do with something going on somewhere else. This is the word according to Monica. You will not find this in Dr. Natasha's books. So I would suggest you've already looked, Veronica, at the meridian. The Chinese medicine clock, the organ clock, says that that is small intestine time. I'm going to tell you that the affirmation, if you will, to correct small intestine is, and you might want to think about this. Think about this, everyone. I am jumping with joy. That's the correction for the small intestine energetically. I am jumping with joy. So if you're not jumping with joy, or you have a lot of sadness in your life, or you have, not just you, Veronica, but everyone, I don't want to be, this isn't a session together, but if anyone has a lot of sadness, what's the opposite of joy? Sad. Grief, sadness, right? There's sadness that hasn't been cleared. If there's sadness that hasn't been grief, sadness that hasn't been felt and resolved and moved out, right? Small intestine meridian. It will hit the small intestine meridian. That's the energy meridian. I just want to give that to you. So I probably have SIBO. Okay, so you probably have small intestine bacterial overgrowth. If that's true, Veronica, then I would be working with kefir. Again, vegetable medley and kefir. Let's get the yeast up. And let's really, as you're already doing, starving out the overgrowth of bacteria. Good idea. That's what I've got so far. If I have anything else, I will get to you. But again, folks, you have something going on with your small intestine. I am jumping with joy. I don't think a lot of us can say that these days, but okay. But it is a goal. Okay, we have Yurkazan. Hello, Yurkazan. Hello. All right, let me get to the rest of these questions. Okay, Umusumaya. I hope I said that right. Welcome. Maridma, welcome. Roseanne, yes, so great to see you. Okay, let's see. Yay. Colleen Miller is here. Hello, Yati is here. Hello, you're welcome, Veronica. Okay, let's see. Coming back up for a big question. Okay, here we go. Yurkazan. Is kefir whey as good for candida as kefir itself? My son won't drink kefir, but I hide kefir whey in his stock. Excellent. Good idea. Is it as good as kefir itself for candida? Do what you can do. Can I answer that? Is it as good? I don't know. But if you can get him to do kefir whey, certainly it will be helpful because there will be those yeasts in the whey. So, yeah. I wonder about not drinking kefir. Remember, I don't know where everybody is, but here in the Northern Hemisphere, it's summertime. So we could do kefir and berries and make it into ice pops for our children. We could put kefir and cultured cream into an ice cream maker and make ice cream. Maybe he would have some that way. But I would absolutely put kefir whey in his stock. That's fabulous. Good idea. Make sure that the stock's not too hot. And congratulations on figuring that one out. Wonderful, wonderful idea. I would just keep going with that and then see if you can put any, all of you, let's get creative, right? Let's get creative. Where can we put kefir? Where can we put it? I'm thinking about, again, ice cream and ice pops, popsicles, kefir cheese, like cream cheese. If people are tolerating kefir, they can tolerate kefir cheese. Dr. Natasha calls it cottage cheese that you drip the whey out of. It's a wonderful thing to do. Okay, let's see. Faria says, hi, Monica. Do any of fermented vegetables or dairy in GAPS contain bifidobacterium? I hear a lot of people to say supplement with bifidobacterium probiotic role in GAPS. Is this true? You know, whether or not your fermented vegetables or cultured dairy will have bifidobacterium in it will depend on what you use to culture. So you could get a vegetable starter and check to see if they have bifidobacteria in them, in those starters, and then you will have it. Thinking. You can also culture with bifidobacteria. Right, everyone? You know that's another way. Get your probiotic and culture. There's your culture in the probiotic. So I don't know. I personally, I don't know who's saying to supplement with bifidobacterium while on GAPS. You could let me know. Are those moms? Are those just folks? I haven't heard. Dr. Natasha certainly doesn't say that you need to supplement with bifidobacteria as a probiotic on GAPS. Although she does go through all those fabulous bacteria. I mean, she goes through lots of them in here. She may even go through, let's see if I can find it. La, 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 la. I'm singing to you again to try and keep you busy and with me when we talk about bifidobacteria. Where did she put it? Hold on. One moment, please. Oh, there it is on page 308. Blue Book 308, folks. Let's go find it together. Bacteria. This is fabulous. Everybody read nutritional supplements for GAPS people. Blue Book starts on page 308. Bifidobacteria. The most commonly known species are B. bifidum, B. breve, B. longum, and B. infantis. Though many other species are identified, this is a large family of probiotic bacteria, which are most numerous in the human bowel, lower intestines, vagina, and genital area. The majority of all bacteria living in the bowel of a healthy baby are bifidobacteria. In an adult, they are about 7 times more numerous than lactobacilli and fulfill many useful functions. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see what else. They produce antibiotic-like substances. They synthesize amino acids. Golly, we love these guys. Okay, so there you are. Bifidobacteria are the second most numerous family of bacteria in probiotic supplements on the market. Yeah. So here's the deal. I don't know if they are prevalent in our ferments or in our cultured dairy. You could check the starter that you're using to see if they are in there. And if not, you could absolutely, if you want to, you could supplement with bifidobacteria. There are a lot of them. Please read what Dr. Natasha has to say from page 308 until she even talks about die-off reactions there. Yeah, and I would jump all the way to 314. Let's all take a good look at that. Hold on. It goes before then. Yeah, 305 to 314. Let's read it and talk about it next week. Thank you, Faria. That's an excellent question. Okay, Leonie, here we go. Bifidobacteria. I'm making a note here. For increased stomach acid, you recommend cabbage salad. Dr. Natasha recommends cabbage salad. Raw cabbage salad, it's her favorite thing to boost stomach acid if you are on full gaps and if you tolerate raw vegetables. What ingredients are in cabbage salad besides cabbage? You know, in the U.S., we would call it coleslaw, and there are coleslaws made with vinegar, so apple cider vinegar, raw carrot, some dill seed, maybe some onion or scallions, salt, pepper, done. The other coleslaw is made with mayonnaise, so you could make your own. Or you could make a fabulous cabbage salad coleslaw with cultured cream or kefir cream. Again, raw cabbage, raw onion or scallions, green onions, raw carrot, really yummy. In fact, I'm going to make one after this. Okay. Hope that's helpful, Leonie. Annika says, Annika wants to know, the amount of water versus vegetables is not easy. With too much liquid, too many vegetables, the liquid is quickly consumed, but the taste is strong and delicious. You're talking about vegetable medley, I'm guessing, Annika. So, yes, if you look in my book, I have a picture of vegetable medley because I teach how to make vegetable medley in a jar. So this is the book. You all get the coupon for that book on my page. Please share it far and wide. I don't care. Just get people in here. Okay, so this is the vegetable medley shot. I actually used it for this Facebook Live, I think. So there's the vegetable medley shot in the foreground right here. That's vegetable medley in a jar. Yeah? It's about 1/3 chopped up vegetables and 2/3 water or brine. That's what we're looking at for a vegetable medley in a jar. Monica Wilson says, there seems to be a potency of sorts, meaning yogurt, then kefir cream. Is there a similar list with the liquids, whey from yogurt or kefir? So yes, just one more time with feeling, so I'm sure that we're clear. I'm clear on what you're saying. So yogurt would be the least potent in terms of die-off, in terms of bacteria. Yeah. Kefir and would be yogurt. I would say yogurt, kefir, cream, kefir, frankly. But whatever's got kefir, it doesn't really matter. If it's kefir yogurt, if it's kefir from milk kefir, or it's kefir from cream, it's still going to be kefir. So those are pretty darn potent, yes. Again, whey from yogurt will be less potent than whey from kefir. Absolutely and always. You can write that down and put it on the refrigerator. Okay, so whey. Okay, so I would put whey from yogurt in the same category with kraut juice, cabbage tonic, all in one category over there. And then I would put everything that's done with kefir whey over there. So that means whey from kefir and vegetable medley would be. So those two would be far more potent than anything done with yogurt or yogurt whey. Okay? Good questions. Thank you for that, Monica. Okay. All right. Yes, Monica Wilson says my vegetable medley is in a gallon-sized jar. Excellent. I love that. I'm not sure why Veronica is throwing in coffee enema, but happy to have it with us. Juice question. I know we need to drink it on an empty stomach, but do we need to wait a while after drinking juice before eating anything else? Yes. Good idea. So juice. So juice should be had on an empty stomach. So what's an empty stomach? An empty stomach is usually 2 or 3 hours after eating. Yeah? 2 or 3 hours after eating, you can have juice, or a minimum of 20 minutes before you eat or drink anything else, unless it's water. Water's fine. So, yeah, I would wait 20 to 30 minutes before you eat after juice. So you could do juice, wait 20 to 30 minutes, have food, or you could have food, right, for the afternoon juicing. You have your lunch, then you wait 2 or 3 hours. 3 is better than 2, and then have your juice. Good questions. Thank you, Leonie. I hope that is, oh, thanks, Veronica. Liver support with CE, coffee enema. Sorry, I didn't know the lingo, but I appreciate it. Now I'm in the know, in the lingo. Okay, fabulous. Hello, Anna Maria is with us. Excellent. Hello, Anna Maria. Monique Alice Marie, hello, welcome. Fadumo Mohammed is here. Thank you. Other mums, got it. I love it, Faria. That's fine. If you want to supplement with bifidobacteria, no problem. Hello, Alma. All right. Hello, Carol. Here's Carol. Hi, Carol. Let's see what she's got. Can you talk about bacon? I love to talk about bacon. I hope you're all cracking up about that. Okay. What do you think? What stage is it okay to start it? What do you look for in good bacon? Can you make your own? What cuts of meat do you look for to make your own? Pork belly. Good. I got to crack up. Excellent. Does bacon need to be soaked before use because it is pork? That is really good, Carol. Carol, so good to have you. Okay, so if I were to make, what do I look for in good bacon? So if I'm going to buy bacon in the store, it should say organic. It should also not have any sugar on it, right? It should say organic, and it should not have sugar, added sugar. Can you make it at home? Yes. You absolutely can make it at home. You're welcome to make it at home. Do you get pork belly? Yes. That's usually what you use for bacon. I'm not sure if there's something else, but I know you can use pork belly for bacon. There might be another cut, and I'm not thinking of it right now, but let's figure that out. Bacon, 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 cuts, question mark. All right. I'm not a butcher, so I don't really, but, very good questions, Carol. So if you're going to make your own bacon, we do know, we've talked about this before on this group, that it's a really good idea to soak pork that's uncured. I hope I said uncured and not uncurled. Uncured, yes. To soak pork before you eat it. So that's based on a Weston A. Price article, Wise Traditions article on pork and blood, live blood analysis, that's the word. So if we're going to make pork, whether it's pork meaty bones for meat stock, like ribs or meaty pork neck bones or any of that, we would love to have you soak. This is the word according to Monica and Weston Price. Dr. Natasha does not talk about soaking pork anywhere in any of her books, to be very, very clear. However, live blood analysis was done on people who ate pork that had been soaked in whey or raw milk, maybe apple cider vinegar and water, I'm not remembering, certainly yogurt, buttermilk, all those things. And people that just ate pork that was not soaked. And it was pretty disturbing to see what happened to their blood. It started clumping if they did not soak the pork ahead of time. So I should probably, I'm writing down the pork article. We should get the link on the page for people who want to see it. So if you're going to make your own bacon, yes, it would be a great idea to soak it first. 12 to 24 hours in some kind of acidic medium. As I said, I like whey, I like raw milk, I like, this is what I like to use. It's just so wonderful. Sally Fallon likes to use lime juice, pardon me. Sally Fallon Morell, Weston Price likes to use lime juice for pork because it just has such an affinity for pork. So lime and water. Then I would make the bacon from there. Okay, what stage is it okay to start bacon? So if we look at the intro diet, and you all have the intro diet chart, I think by now, I hope you have it. Go download it. It's on the page, free for you. Again, here's my ripped one. Anyway, intro diet chart. We notice that we can have all meats cooked by roasting or baking, stage 4. So I would say stage 4. And it really is best remembering that fat is so important to render fat slowly. Slow rendering is best to do bacon in the oven. Slow, 200 degrees maybe. And then parchment paper underneath the cookie sheet. Yeah, let it drip and yeah, save that bacon fat for sure. I hope that was helpful. All right. La, 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 la. Uncured bacon. Yes, no sugar, uncured bacon would be the one that you would buy. Organic, please. Okay. Leonie says, sorry, lots of questions. We love your questions, Leonie. How often should we do iodine painting? When I do it, the iodine disappears after about 36 hours. So that is wonderful. Okay, so just so everyone knows, if you'd like to take a look at it, Dr. Natasha talks about iodine paint, both in the yellow book and in the blue book. However, in the blue book, she really talks about it with, it's a nice big box around how to do it, when to do it, why to do it, la-di-lots on the right-hand side of the page. And I found it. Shouldn't do too many boxes, but oh no, that's febrile seizures. We don't want to look at that right now. In any case, let's find iodine. So if I'll start in a different place. All bodies need iodine. Iodine is very important for the immune system function. It's also very important for your thyroid function. So the idea is to make sure that your body, that the iodine that you paint, 2% Lugol's, stays on the body for more than 24 hours. So if you're at 36 hours, you are fine with iodine, and God bless you, because most people are not. I mean, really, most people are like, yeah, it's gone in 30 minutes. A lot of people, iodine, let's see, 67 to 70. Blue book, 67, page 67. It's on 69. Look, I'll show you. Here is the box. There's the box about how to do iodine paint. Yeah, that's on 69. Okay, so what you're looking for is for the iodine patch to stay visible on your body wherever you paint it for 24 or more hours. So it sounds like you're doing great. Maybe you want to check that once a month. Do it once a month. If you're already at 36 hours, that's perfect. I would do one once a month and just check to see how you're doing. If you drop below 24 hours, go ahead and do more painting until it comes back up to 24 hours. Okay. Mia says, hey, Mia, I just jumped on, but is this for all cuts of pork or just bacon? All cuts of pork. If you're talking about soaking, all cuts of pork should be, unless something has been done to them, right? So if it's a salami, you're not going to go soak it in milk. But if it's pork, like if it's a meaty neck bone, if it's a shank, if it's ribs, it's a pork roast, right? If it's a shoulder roast or a Boston butt or whatever, all of those should be soaked in something acidic, as I said, before you cook it. Dr. Natasha goes into fermenting meat, which I love. Maybe we should talk about that next week. Fermenting meat. So she's talking about fermenting meat in here. Yes, it's fabulous. I'm telling you, the best. So I'll make a note of that. Fermenting meat. Let's talk about fermenting meat. Yes, fermenting meat. It's wonderful. And it's easy and it's delicious. So you could also ferment your roasts, ferment your pork before you do cook it, whatever you're doing. Wonderful. That's okay, Mia. As I said, one more time with feeling. Yes. So fermenting meat is definitely GAPS. Soaking pork is actually Weston Price. So, all right. Okay, so let's see. You're welcome, Carol. I hope that was helpful. Good to have you. I hope you're doing well out there in GAPS land. Anna Maria says, and everyone else is too. Hi, can you talk about the difference between kefir and kombucha? As far as I understood from the blue book, both has bacteria and yeast. Correct. A friend of mine got bloated from kombucha, 10 days cultured. She didn't culture it long enough. But kefir helped her flat tummy again. Her get a flat tummy. Yeah, so here's the thing, folks. One more time with feeling. This is a very, very wonderful question to talk through today. Yes, both kefir, milk kefir, and kombucha, and water kefir, but I'm putting that over there. Do you know why I do that? Because it's out of here, right? I don't see water kefir in any of these books, so I don't do water kefir when I work with people in GAPS. There is no water kefir as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so kefir, milk kefir, kefir cream, kombucha are all made with a symbiotic colony of bacteria and yeast. That's correct. Both of them can help with yeast issues. That's correct, or either of those types of things, dairy, non-dairy, if you will. Okay, their scobies are a little bit different. You can see that just by looking at kombucha. SCOBY is like round, flat, yeah. And then the other, the scobies, if you will, in kefir look like little cauliflowers, little brains. Yeah. So the difficulty with kombucha, which is why I do not usually work with kombucha with people, there is no kombucha recipe in here. If you notice, there's no kombucha recipe in any of her books. I use the kombucha recipe from Nourishing Traditions when I use it, but just one more time with feeling, folks. The difficulty with kombucha is two things, maybe three things. Number one, it needs to be made with black tea to be an effective kombucha. Not white tea, not green tea, not rooibos, not anything else, black tea. Number two, most people are not fermenting their kombucha long enough. 10 days cultured is not long enough. We're talking 14 to 21 for GAPS. Why is that important? Because kombucha is made with white sugar. White sugar. White sugar. We have to make sure that all of the sugar has been pre-digested prior to drinking. So that is why she could get bloated from kombucha, because she didn't culture it long enough, which is for GAPS, long. Yeah. We want kombucha to be tart, but not vinegar. Just before we hit vinegar, it's ready. Okay? That's the reason why. I think I said 3 reasons kombucha is difficult. 1, it's made with black tea and most people don't. 2, people are not fermenting it long enough and it's made with white sugar. 3, if you really want to make a kombucha that's Dr. Natasha style, if you will, which is GAP style, you won't use white sugar. You'll actually use something like fruit puree for your sugar, which means we're in a whole different ballgame here, folks. This is way different than traditional kombucha, which is black tea and white sugar. I don't have any personal experience making a kombucha-like drink with a fruit slurry, basically fruit that you puree and use it. So I can't really go there with you, but that's the difficulty, Anna Maria. So I would have her ferment her kombucha much longer than she's doing. Okay, Monique says, in your last live, you said stage 1 was too strong to stay on. Yes. It's not me. It's Dr. Natasha. Stage 1, 2 to 5 days. That is all. Please get out there and tell all those moms. If anyone's going longer than 5 days on stage 1, it's too strong. Yeah, that comes from the teacher herself. That comes from Dr. Natasha herself. That comes from this lady. Oops, she's not on the back of that book. She's here. It comes from that lady herself. 2 to 5 days on stage 1. My 22-month-old is very sensitive and has only been able to tolerate meats for 7 months. We have been having a lot of difficulty increasing kraut because he has been pushing tooth after tooth while starting GAPS and is increasing his histamine a lot. What is increasing his histamine? The kraut? He throws tantrums and has stimming and behaviors while teething. We recently trialed egg yolk. I love that word. That is a mom's word. Nobody in the gaps, that's coming from out there. We don't use that word trialing, but that's okay. We have trialed. You can use it. It's not a problem. I get it. We have recently trialed egg yolk now and have had bad diarrhea for 3 days. How to move forward? We feel so stuck. Every time we move forward, there's a huge step back. So one more time with feeling. Monique, no problem. Gaps is a dance. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. That's what we're doing. So just get jiggy with it. It's okay. Number 1. Number 2, it's okay. Have you done baby gaps with your 22-month-old? Have you done baby gaps with your child? So baby gaps is in the yellow book. Let's see. Baby gaps, baby gaps, baby gaps. 245 to 260. Let's take a look. 245. Yeah, that's not really where it is. Okay, baby gaps, where are you? Up, baby gaps. So that's going to be hanging out page 350 until you get to 356. So we're talking about 6 pages. Yeah, first week. So made meat stock. So tolerating meats, that's great. Meat stock, we love it. Fresh pressed vegetable juice. Are you doing vegetable juice? Yeah. And then, are you adding probiotics foods to the meat stock? So start with homemade whey. Are you doing any dairy? So I need a little bit more, Monique. What's going on? If your child, if anyone's children are bringing in teeth, calcium. How much calcium does your child have? Lots of calcium. We have to have cultured dairy in order to bring in those teeth, or it's going to be sad and hard and difficult. Okay, here's what I would do. I would drop, at this point, the kraut, and I would get him on a probiotic because probably it's the histamine that here having the biggest. Again, I'm not a medical doctor, but I personally, when I work with people, suggest if you're having high histamine responses, all of us GAPS practitioners are trained to suggest a probiotic so that you can get the good gut guys going and the histamine levels go down for a while you're really working the meat stock. Okay, that's what I would do. Yes. Bad diarrhea. Okay, so I don't know how much egg yolk did you give him? Did you do the skin test first for egg yolk? And did you start with this much? Again, remembering, folks, whenever you're bringing any new food into you or your child or your spouse or your mate or your grandmother or whoever you're working with, please proceed mindfully. Start with a little bit. So I'm hoping you didn't start with a whole egg yolk because that could be disastrous. We don't start with whole anythings. We start with a teaspoon, a half a teaspoon, sometimes a drop. Right? Okay, so 1 drop and then drops after 2 days, and we did the skin test. Okay, good. You got the probiotic. Good. Hard to find raw milk in Canada. I know, Michael Schmidt. I love him. I'm sorry, it's hard to find raw milk. But remember, raw milk, no problem. Use pasteurized milk. I mean, it's not the best, but it's better than nothing. Dr. Natasha is clear. If you cannot get raw milk, we move on with pasteurized milk, hopefully all pastured, right? Low temperature pasteurized, right? And what else? Non-homogenized. So please move on and get that cultured dairy going with your child. Yes. So far we have only done the blue book, was told to do regular intro for his extreme sensitivity. I don't understand what that is. I would do baby gaps with your child, and I would also move on to, yeah, you're welcome. I would just do that. You know why? Because baby gaps is easy. It's very clear. It's great. Listen to your child. If the child, any human is having a strong reaction, back off. Take a couple days off. Maybe take a week off of that particular food. Bring it back in very, very slowly when things have calmed down, right? Yeah, you're doing great, Monique. He's very lucky to have you. You're doing great. Hello, Kathleen is here. Hello, Kathleen. The teething is increasing inflammation, so his histamine gets high. I'm not sure that's how that all works. Histamine gets high and symptoms of kraut. Skip the kraut right now. Kraut's out of here. Too much histamine in the kraut, unless the kraut is a year or two old. Yes. Anna Maria says, why only black tea for kombucha? Because it's just the traditional recipe is black tea for kombucha. That's just the traditional recipe. It's the recipe that we know about all of the benefits of kombucha come from black tea, white sugar. Okay. Yes, there is honey and green tea for Jun. One more time with feeling. Jun doesn't show up anywhere in gaps. That's fine. We can use that fermented beverage if you know what you're doing and you know how to be sure that all of the honey has been pre-digested before you drink it. Hello, Charisse. Good to have you. Hello, Phelan. Yay! Monica Wilson, I ordered your book and it is lost. Where are you, Monica? I'm sorry. Okay. Just letting you all know. I'm going to let you know now. I'm coming up with a new second edition of my book in September. So hopefully it's in September. It'll publish in September with lots more information. Anyway, Leonie wants to know, is ceviche GAPS friendly? Yes. What's a tiger's milk marinade? Better send me that. So ceviche, folks, is just, in my understanding, is, I love ceviche, is raw fish like scallops, shrimp, whitefish, maybe other things, raw fish in lime juice. So that would definitely be GAPS friendly, yes. I don't know about tiger's milk. Okay. Hello, Marta. Hooray, she's here. I need to know more about tiger's milk, Leonie, because I don't know what that is. All right, where are we? We are at time. Oh my goodness. I hope this was helpful to people. I hope. Keep your eyes open. I am going to be launching an 8-week meat stock class on my website. It's 8 different classes. It's really, I don't know. I know I'm blowing my own horn, but it is excellent and it's clear and thorough and hopefully will be helpful to a lot of people. I will announce first on this page because you're my GAPS group and we'll go from there. All right. Okay, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and close. We're at time. Thank you for being with me, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Please, if you haven't seen any of the other Facebook Lives, I've been doing this for over a year now, and they are all under past events. You can watch them. You can also jump on my YouTube channel, which is Monica Corrado. Okay. And that will have it'll have the description of what I talked about so you can look. There's 4 pillars of GAPS. There's the 5 detox baths. There's what kind of bones for GAPS and, you know, all that good stuff. Hopefully it's helpful to you. Yay, Veronica. See you next week. Excellent. Tiger's milk is just what the marinade for ceviche. Got it. Leche de tigre. I got it. Okay. All right, everyone. Be well. Take care of you. Stay hopeful. Stay engaged, and always, thank you, Veronica, for bringing up small intestine. Focus on joy. I don't know if that's backwards. I hope not. Joy. Yeah? Let's focus on the joy. Okay. Take care, everyone. Be well. Bye now.